Hello and welcome along to Aston Villa from the stands. We're here live today to talk about two big topics. Marco Asensio, permanent deal on the horizon and cheap as chips. We got to get into that. He's one we definitely need to be snapping up and paying the price straight away before any other club tries to get him. And of course, we're looking ahead of the massive game that is Club Brugge tomorrow night in the Champions League. A home tie, of course. We've got to bring the heat. We've got to bring the energy. And Aston Villa need to get through safely into the quarterfinals. Big up to everyone. Make sure you smash the like, especially if you're watching on replay. And subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. And let me know your predominant thoughts, feelings, and emotions about the following things that we're going to be discussing today. So hope everyone is well. Hope everyone is good. And thank you for tuning in. As I said, let's see who's in the chat today. Big up to Fraser, who's been a member for 42 months on the channel. Big up to Goats, absolute legends. And of course, as a Liverpool fan, I'm sure you'll be nervous for tonight. Liverpool PSG. As a Villa fan, I've got the game on or getting the game on in the background now. Who do we think's going through, guys? Liverpool or PSG? I think it is Liverpool's to go through tonight. I can't see how Liverpool don't go through, but you never, ever know with this Champions League. So let's see if that. Big up to Meeks in the house as well. So shall we take bets on how many minutes Josh was late? I think 2 minutes. If you bet 2 minutes, and there we go. Big up to my dad. Big up to Michael Dimmitt as well. And of course, please do check the pinned comment if you do want to become a member. And please link up on that and all that good stuff. So we're going to get into this show today. We are going to start on Marco Asensio. And listen, I'm not going to lie. I haven't stopped singing his chant for the last couple of weeks because I know we've got a special player on our hands in Marco Asensio. And we have to make this loan into a permanent. And that is something for me of why loan deals are so important. If a loan deal works out, if you like a player and the player likes the club, then you must do everything to bring him to the club. And Marco Asensio, look, PSG in the Champions League playing tonight, Aston Villa in the Champions League tomorrow night, Marco Asensio, he will want to have that feeling of playing Champions League football. And that's my only worry about Asensio. But let's go straight to the story, which is live here right now, which is, of course, as I'm showing you right now, Aston Villa are already in talks to bring Marco Asensio over on a permanent deal. Now, that is brilliant. That is what we're looking at. So I don't put the TV on mute there. So that is what we're looking at, a permanent deal for Marco Asensio. Now, as I said, there is no current option to buy, but we are looking at the sell price. And the sell price is, of course, 15 million euros. There you go. Hopefully come from that. 15 million euros. Unbelievable. 15 million euros to be part of an Aston Villa player permanently. What are we saying? What are we saying about that? I can't get over that. 15 million for Marco Asensio is an absolute steal. It's an absolute steal. And as I said, what are your thoughts on that? 50 million for Marco Asensio. We should be signing him up on the dotted line, shouldn't we? We should be getting Marco Asensio in right now permanently. And there's no doubt about it in my head. So he's had such a good start to Villa. As big up to my mum in here, Fraser's talking about the Liverpool game. Is it on TNT, the Liverpool game, or is it on Amazon Prime? Because I've just tried to look on TNT. I've only got the Leverkusen Bayern game. Is it on Amazon Prime tonight? Meeks says Asensio goal. He can have Coutinho's wages when he's off the books. Look, exactly that. The bigger picture is we can absolutely afford scope to go for a player like Marco Asensio. It makes 100% sense if, in fact, we can free up those wages. Not only that, Asensio has come into the Aston Villa team and he has taken it by storm. We saw his crucial role in the FA Cup. We've seen that he scored that penalty in the Champions League. He scored a brace against Liverpool. And that is exactly what we are looking at in terms of Marco Asensio. We are getting a fine product, a Champions League winner, and someone who absolutely will improve this Villa side. So there we go. And Pete Tandy said 15 million bargain. I do massively agree on that as well. So let's just confirm the story again one more time. And in there, as I said, reported by Ben Jacobs. I know it's early stages for transfer talk, but I think it's very key about Marco Asensio that we know that actually this is a player that Villa really do need to lock down. I know there's people like Arsenal who are already sort of cussing themselves at why didn't they go for Asensio early on in the window? Why did they not get a player like Asensio in? And we don't want to lose him. But the biggest thing is where it says here, Marco Asensio is not part of PSG's plans. I do not get that. I do not get that at all, people. How is Marco Asensio not part of PSG's plans? And as I said, I've got the game now. It's on Amazon Prime. And a player like Asensio would have been crucial for them in this sense. So, look, big news. Villa need to get the job done on getting that over the line, because my only fear is another club steals Asensio off us. And the only club who I could see stealing us off us is a team who can guarantee him Champions League football. Hence why, if Villa can win a piece of silverware, if we can also cement a European spot, whether it is, of course, unfortunately or begrudgingly, should I say, a Europa League spot, because I'm not going to lie to you, people say, oh, getting Europa League this season would be good. Yeah, it would have been, but Champions League is absolutely everything for me. Champions League is exactly what I'm aiming for in every season now. And, that is where we're at. So, listen, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens on that one. But I think Meeks made a great point. Free out Coutinho's wages. Free off some other players in the squad who are absolutely raking it in. I'm sure, we're going to be looking to offload another big name. Maybe a Leon Bailey, maybe a Luca Dean, potentially. Wages is going to be everything. And as Meek said, Josh, if we sell Wally Watkins to Arsenal summer, will you become an Arsenal fan? No. As much as I love Ollie, I will follow Ollie's career. No, we don't like the Gunners. We hate the Gunners. So, look, let's get Asensio done. Let's not mess around. I think our summer transfer window essentially has cost us this season. Our summer transfer window has cost us this season. And that, for me, still bugs me. Because I think if we had a January transfer window like we did in the summer, we'd definitely be in the top 4. Do you agree with me or not on that statement? If we had a January transfer window, but the same equivalent in the summer of last year, we would definitely be in the top 4. Our summer window stunk the place out. We've been severely let down. And that is why I'm going to keep banging the drum right now. We must have a good summer window if we want to get back in the Champions League next season. So there we go. But early on in this Liverpool PSG game, as I got it on the background, Liverpool are absolutely dominating. They are absolutely pounding PSG. And as I said, it does look like Villa will play Liverpool. And hardest fixture, if you want to win the whole thing, I think you've got to beat a team like Liverpool, because I think Liverpool could be, for me, a favourite to win this competition. So if we want to go win it, let's go knock out a favourite. Another Costa something, and can someone else talk in the chat so I don't like such a mouthy? Hey, Meeks, keep going, man. It helps me out. But we're going to get on to Onana because, yeah, he has cost us. Because we're going to go into... I'm going to go into the next piece of news. Which is, of course, the clash for the Club Brugge game. And I keep talking about this because we've got players back. Now, obviously, at the weekend in the Brentford game, we were all absolutely stunned because Mr. Robin Olsen played in goal. And by the way, quite interestingly, before I go on that, have you seen the amount of backing and support Robin Olsen has had from the squad? Ollie Watkins has come out and said his praise. I know that there's Unai Emery's made comments on him. Quite a lot, John McGinn as well. I know a lot of the players have basically got behind Robin Olsen and said, you know what, good character. He's always had it tricky when he plays for Villa. He's always had to come on at half time or whatnot. And he got that key clean sheet. So look, Robin Olsen, fair play. You did a brilliant job for us against Brentford. The players got behind you and praised him. But ultimately, when the world number 1 is back, you have to move aside, and that's where we're at. And so here it is, as I said, Club Brugge. Emi Martinez and Marco Asensio are both available for the clash tomorrow against Club Brugge. They obviously, both of them, missed the game against Brentford. And now we have them ready for a Champions League cooking session. The other one is Onana is also closing in on his return, having been sidelined since the start of February. Now, Unai Emery goes on to say and confirm, as it says in the article, he goes on to say that they are both in the squad. Onana as well is coming back in the squad, but Barkley is not. Malin and Andreas aren't. Now, again, I've got to keep going on about this. I've got to keep going on about this Donny Malin situation because I'll be fair. By the way, big up to Placid in the house. I can't imagine our Villa with Watkins at Arsenal. I don't know. I just don't know about Ollie, but it's going to be an interesting little summer with him. All right. So basically, oh my God, PSG have scored. Not Dembele. Yeah, wow. Interesting. PSG, sorry, breaking news live. PSG have just scored in front of those Paris Ultras. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. PSG scoring. Did not have that one on the cards. And as I said, I'd rather play PSG than Liverpool. I'm going to put that one out there. But let's see what happens in the game. Still plenty of time to go. So, first and foremost, Martinez and Asensio back. Massive news to play against Club Brugge. We absolutely need those two because I still think at 3-1, the job still isn't done and dusted. There's still a little bit of time to go. There's still a little bit of, what I would say is probably the next goal wins in that game. That's how I'd say it. The next goal wins in that game. And if we concede the first goal, I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about it. So we need to make sure we score first. But we've got Emery in goal. Feel better about that. And I feel like Asensio and Rashford will both start tomorrow. I feel like Rodgers will actually find himself on the bench tomorrow. And I think Asensio starts. Do you agree or disagree on that one? I don't think both Rodgers and Asensio play. Who do you think starts? Captain said, guest starring might become an Arsenal fan if and when Watkins goes. I know she loves Watkins as well. But yeah, we're having no gunners in this house, in this family. No gunners, absolutely no gunners. I'm just looking at Heidi. She sat there, no gunners, and we're making sure that happens. So yeah, we must keep Watkins. We must keep Watkins. But yeah, breaking news: PSG are 1-0 up against Liverpool at Anfield. Massive, massive news. So then the big one is Onana is back in the squad. So Onana, we expect to feature on the bench tomorrow, I'd assume. Will Onana get minutes tomorrow? Well, let's put it this way. Kamara is weighing his way back into the side. We've got Tielemans and we've got McGinn. McGinn and Tielemans between them have played so many minutes. Kamara coming in is going to take that little bit of respite for them. And rightly should be starting. Onana, for me, if the game is done, dusted, we're clear, then basically I want to see Onana start getting some minutes in because we need to keep that midfield fresh. We need to keep that midfield updated. We need to keep that midfield ticking along. And I wouldn't be surprised if we get another injury in there. Again, I just feel like it's a position that Villa keep getting sort of hurt on in that midfield. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that, people. We'll see what happens with that. But Onana back in the squad. Ross Barkley, absolutely cropped. I don't know what's happened to Ross Barkley. I have no idea what's happened to Ross Barkley at all, people. We'll have to basically hope that Ross Barkley isn't out for a long time again and that we've wasted some money on him. So Onana and Barkley, two players who we did sign in the summer, put some eggs into that basket and haven't really been able to repay us as we would have hoped. But Donny Malen, let's just quickly talk on that. Put yourselves in this position here. Donny Malen. Okay. You're a permanent player. You've signed permanently for Aston Villa in the January transfer window. So you're our player and you don't get picked in the Champions League squad. Rashford and Asensio, two loanies going ahead of you. I think Alan Hutton was on the coverage last week and he said if he was Donny Malen, he would be kicking down doors, he'd be knocking the life out of everyone, and he'd be kicking a massive stinker and fuss. And he'd basically be saying, what the hell is going on here? What the hell is going on here? So, yeah, honestly, Donny Malen, I feel for him that he's not in the Champions League squad, but there we go. So, look, in terms of what Meeks has said, Asensio to start experience needed, I'm the same. I'm saying that 100%. I think our team tomorrow basically will be sort of what we've come to expect. I think it'll be Emi Martinez, Disasi, Concert, Mings, Luka Dean. I think it'll be Kamara and Tielemans. I think it'll be Rashford, Asensio. And I can't tell if he's going to go and shove John McGinn out right wing or if he's going to keep Bailey. With then, of course, Ollie up front. Any changes to my team or lineup, do let me know. Pete says, who gets an England call Friday? I'm absolutely sure that Morgan Rogers will. Conser will. I'm interested to see if Tyrone Mings. Oh my God, PSG might make it 2-0 here. Oh, what a save by Alisson. I'm absolutely convinced. I'm absolutely convinced that Tyrone Mings might get a chance here. Jacob Ramsey, I'm not sure if he's done enough, but we'll see. But Morgan Rogers, Esri Konsa, and I'd like to see Tyrone Mings get there as well. So there we go. We paid 50 million for someone who can only ever be second choice at best, and that smells like a Man United deal. 100% would have suited Man United as well. Sort of player where he stinks out there. I agree on that. Remember Bartley goal against Leicester? Yeah, late on, like 86th minute, wasn't it? On that left foot. Brilliant. Barkley was a class sign, and Mallon's a great sign too, but he can't claim to be better than Marco Asensio, and the club come first. Agree on that. The only thing I'd say is if I'm Donny Mallon, you better be sure trying to get minutes in the Premier League. And that's what I'm going to come back to the Donny Mallon signing. Okay. Have we signed another permanent player who doesn't even start for us? Like Mallon at the moment is on no one's starting 11 for a Premier League game. Donny Mallon's not getting into anyone's best 11 for a Premier League game. And we were upgrading. That's all I'm going to say on that matter. And Unai not to choose him in the Champions League squad says everything I need to know, I think. And so, yeah. What's your guys' thoughts on that with Donny Mallon? Does not even start in the Premier League. Captain says Bailey seems to be very much a favourite at the moment. He does seem to be like Unai's go-to. He does seem to be Unai's sort of choice. I don't know if it's because they just know each other. Bailey knows how it works. I think he sees Bailey as a little bit of a leader, but also, I just think, Bailey maybe defensively is a bit more sound than all the other options at the moment. But I'm very intrigued to see how Unai goes. There could be a case again tomorrow where Asensio and Rashford are on the bench and he goes Ramsey and Rogers. I won't complain about what team he picks, but as I will be banging on the drum tomorrow, we have to score first tomorrow. We have to score first tomorrow, people. Have to. And that's what worries me. That's what worries me is that we don't get that first goal. What are the nerves going to be like? All of a sudden, it's 3-2 on aggregate. All of a sudden, we then think about the second goal in the game. So first goal is an absolute must tomorrow. We must be smashing that up. By the way, people, if you haven't already, make sure you smash the like button. I really do appreciate it. Meeks said Mallon isn't getting in because of the shape of the team, not his ability. Bailey plays more wide, hug and touchline. Mallon comes inside and we lose width. Yeah, he does like to be more direct and centralised, doesn't he? In that sense, 100%. So, yeah. But listen, in terms of going forward then, with Villa, let's get the job done tomorrow. Let's make sure we absolutely get that first goal and cement ourselves into quarterfinals. The worst thing we can do is go win away from home against Club Brugge and then mess it up at Villa Park. That would just be such a Villa thing in a weird way. Only Villa could do that. So yeah, massively need to get our first goal. I still sit quite confident thinking we're going to get through to the quarterfinals. I hope you guys do as well. In terms of content, we will be doing the pre-game build-up on here and then going over to Big Up, where we'll be doing a watch-along on that one. And then, do you know what the scary thing is? After tomorrow's game, we don't have a Villa fixture till the Preston North End game, which is the 30th. So we've got 18 days without Villa content, people. So we're going to have to do some neutral chats. We're going to have to do some England watch-alongs. We're going to have to do some Villa just random chit-chats, I guess. Hopefully they, fabricate some transfers, maybe do some ranking stuff, all that sort of jazz, just to keep ticking over. But yeah, as I said, we are going to wrap up soon. The Champions League for me, as I said, is a massive, massive thing for us. I think it's a competition where we've got to throw everything at it. And as I said, let's see who wins here today. You have to beat the best to win it. If you play Liverpool, for me, they're favourites. They're someone that should go on to win this. But a PSG team, that PSG team and a Unai Emery story would be brilliant. Play PSG in the quarterfinals, beat them, and play Arsenal in the semi-finals and beat them. 2 ex-Unai Emery clubs. You can see the map now, can't you? You can see it all happening. Unai revenge would be unbelievable. But yeah, I that's where I'm sort of at with that in that sense. But there we go. Kat said, "Yeah, random watch ones where we do not care who wins." Exactly. We do enjoy those ones where we just waffle instead of actually, having a heart and sleeves and having heart attacks over the result. But yeah, we will be bringing those watch-alongs to the Big Up and big up the Big Up. Thank you to everyone who does continue to support the Big Up. I really do appreciate it. But yeah, the Villa stuff, as I said, all I can say is Unai Emery feels prepared. He knows what he wants to bring. The lads have been out in training, and we just want that glorious win. Even a draw is good enough. And do I care about the level of performance? I'll be really real. Tomorrow is not about performance to me. Tomorrow is about getting over the line. Tomorrow is about making sure Aston Villa cement themselves in a Champions League quarter-final. If we play ugly, we play ugly. But it's 8 o'clock here. Are we all confident for tomorrow? Are we all looking forward to tomorrow? Are we ready to rock and roll? Or are we going to be sat here around this time, like this, 1-0 down already, shaking, crying, hiding? Like, how are we actually all going to be? I'd love to know your thoughts on that. I'd love to know your thoughts on that. Because I'm scared. I am scared. I'm scared that we do a Villa thing of conceding first and making real hard work of what should be easy. We'll have to see. Got a feeling Rashford scores tomorrow. Well, he's still chasing that goal. He is still chasing that goal. I feel like his goal, Pete, is going to come at a really crucial time. But Unai Emery has also alluded to, I don't know if you saw the comments, he's already alluded to that this massive 18-day break with the international camp, they're going to treat it, they're going to have a rest. But Unai Emery has also said that it's going to be like a mini pre-season for some players. I think he's on about the likes of Onana. I think Onana's going to have like a full pre-season. People like Pau Torres probably could do being getting up to speed. And yeah, that's how I sort of see it. But yeah, I don't know why. I feel like Rashford's goal, if he only scores one goal for us, it's going to be one of the most important goals. I've just got a feeling he's saving the goal for the right time, the right moment. Meek says, tomorrow we need to attack. If we sit back and try to defend, I won't be confident. I don't want to see us part of the bus. We're terrible at it. We're much better when we get at the opposition, we get at them, and we have a real go at it. So, yeah, I agree on that one. But I think the lineup, whichever lineup it goes, if he goes for the Ramsey-Rodgers combo or the Rashford Asensio, or if he goes, Rashford Rodgers, whichever combo he goes with, I think it's going to be key. I think the defence picks itself, the midfield picks itself. It's just maybe right wing is the only one, but I think as we've worked out, he is loyal to Bailey at the moment. I think Bailey will be favoured really highly. So there we go. But listen, I'm going to bow out of here now. I'm going to go get myself some dinner. I hope everyone is good. It's great to have a little catch up just before tomorrow's game. Make sure you join me, as I know you regulars will, for hopefully an evening of absolute fun, an absolute celebration. And we don't want tears. We do not want tears tomorrow. So there we go. But yeah, big up to Meeks, my mum, Karen Chat today. You've been an absolute legend. Cheers, Meeks. Pete Tandy says, big up to Pete Tandy, big up to Captain, big up to Placid, big up to Fraser. Hopefully, Liverpool do the business for you. Big up to my mum. My dad has been in chat, and Michael as well. We're out here, up the bloody Villa, and see you all tomorrow for what should be a great Champions League occasion. I'm out of here. Ta-da.